Hello, my friends. Usually, if I do a video talking about how we don't live on one of these, well, I'm trying to reach the people that still think we do. But this video, it's for those of you that know we don't live here, and you might have children who you want to hear a different perspective. So, this video, it's for you and your kids. Enjoy. I want to start out by sharing something you might not all know about me. I was a teacher for 20 years, a high school teacher, and here's me with some of my students. And I got into teaching like most teachers do because they care and they want to help students either learn or, like I did, I wanted to help students find their inner strength by finding their outer strength. And like I said, most teachers have amazing intentions. But if a teacher is taught incorrectly, well, then they're going to teach their students incorrectly. And unfortunately, I think there are a lot of teachers that have been taught incorrectly about the place where we actually live called Earth. Now, as far as I know, every school and every teacher throughout the entire Earth have been teaching lately that the Earth is a spinning ball. But what if all the teachers were taught wrong? They would teach their students wrong. So what I want to do is provide you a different side to the story. There's always two sides to every story, and in one side of the story, you have to believe without seeing. And the other side of the story, well, you just get to believe what your eyes are telling you. Now, one of many examples I'm going to show you of just getting to believe your eyes is we all see the sun cross the sky every day. And without being told, every single person would think the sun is moving. But when we're told we live here on a spinning ball, we are supposed to believe that the sun is moving because of the earth spinning. But you don't feel it spinning, and you can clearly see with your own eyes that the sun is what's actually moving. So in this first example, all you need to do is trust what your eyes and your senses are telling you. And every bit of your eyes and your senses tells you that the sun is moving and not you on the earth. And again, going back to where they teach us we live, if you lived here and all this blue stuff is water, well, water on a ball would have to curve. It couldn't sit flat and level. We always see water. It's always flat and level, like it is in your drinking glass. Or if you take a bath, the water always sits level. If you go to a small little pond, it's just a bigger glass where the water is sitting level. And when you keep getting bigger and bigger, like lakes and oceans, the water always has to sit level. And even if the water were on a ball, that water isn't sticking curving to the ball, it's falling down looking to find its flatness or its level down here in this little pool. And if this ball were spinning, the water would come off, not stick to it. Now at this point you might be thinking, if we don't live on something that looks like a big spinning ball, well then what does it look like? So glad you asked, because every single civilization before the current one we're in, the Egyptians, the Aztecs, the Norse, all these different people, they all thought we lived in something that looked like this, where there was a flat surface with some sort of cover on top. Each one, there was a cover, what some might call a dome. It would almost resemble where a pet would live, a terrarium, where there's flat ground for the pet to live on, and then an enclosure. Some people think it's glass, some think it's ice, but there's certainly an enclosure above our heads. And we actually see proof of it quite often, but it might be proof that you just don't know about. Did you ever notice the shape that a rainbow makes? Do you know that a rainbow is only curved because light is shining through our curved dome above our heads? You see, rainbows take on the shape of the object that the light is shining through. So this rainbow is straight because it's shining through a straight object. And a curved rainbow could only be formed if light was shining through a curved object. Just like all the ancient cultures all thought we had above our heads. It's actually called the firmament, and the sun is in the firmament and shines through to us. And when the conditions are right with rain and mist, you can see the rainbow reflection through the firmament. And this is something you can even try at home if you have some sort of rounded glass object. And you can see I'm shining my light at it, and it's creating a round rainbow. And again, you can only create that rounded rainbow if the light is shining through a rounded medium or firmament. Now I want you to look again at the light I am shining into the glass ball. It looks an awful lot like the sun we see in the sky, does it not? You see, the sun isn't 93 million miles away like they tell us. It's really close, and it's just a light shining through the firmament to give us all light and life. And that light circles around us. It circling the earth is what causes night and day. It takes 24 hours for the sun to go all the way around, and the light doesn't travel endlessly. Even if you had a really, really, really big flashlight, the light doesn't travel endlessly. It can only light up a certain amount of distance. So even though that sun is big and bright and right overhead, the earth is a really big place, and it can only light up half of it at a time. And remember, you see the sun moving every day. You look one way and it's here in the morning, and you look this way and it's there at night because it moved across the sky. Just like it does here. It's here in the morning and it's here at night, and then it becomes dark. And the moon does the same thing. This black dot is the moon, and it goes around the earth once every 25 and a half hours. So the sun is passing it by sometimes and then getting further and further away. It's not the sun's light that lights up the moon, but the sun's energy that lights up the moon, like a battery. Now, the biggest thing I want anyone to take away who watch this video isn't even to believe that we live on a stationary, flat, enclosed earth. No, it's to learn to trust yourself and your senses. And don't believe anyone, but prove things for yourself. Test things, experiment with things for yourself, and ask yourself, do I believe what someone's telling me, or do I believe my own eyes, which tells me the earth isn't moving at all? But rather the sun moves, and the stars move, and the moon moves. And water, no matter if it's in a glass, a sink or bathtub, a small little pond, or a big old lake, the water is always flat and level, never curving around a ball. Especially a spinning ball, where if I put water on it, that water would all fly off. And well, the best thing about everything is once you come to realize and learn and know that you don't live here, but you live in something more like this or this, you have to ask yourself, who created it? Just like this didn't sprout out of an explosion out of nowhere, someone had to create it. And well, who created the place we live? Something you might want to think about. I know who I think created it, but I'll let your parents talk to you about that one. And just as a quick closing, I encourage anyone, kids, adults, anyone that watch this, to always ask questions. Always keep seeking truth. You never know, you might just find that that truth makes you fearless, like it did for me. If you guys enjoyed this, please feel free to share it with anyone and everyone. And maybe if I did a good job on this, I'll think about doing a series just for kids. This wasn't for entertainment purposes. Have a lovely day.